questions, there's a chat in this group here that you can just chat the question and one of us will try to answer that for you, or we'll try to find time at the very end to ask or to answer your questions. But like I said, 4 of my closest friends are coming on tonight and they're going to be joining me, sharing a little bit of their story of kind of maybe their skepticism before they started and why they started, the health benefits that they've seen, as well as maybe some of the financial blessings that they've seen. Our hope and our prayer is that one of you who may be looking for an answer in whether it's your health or an additional stream of income, you will feel a little bit of excitement hearing these stories. And like I said, these are some of my closest friends. I choose really good friends. So these are like great cream of the crop people who I think you're just going to really resonate with. So like I said, my name is Emily Burgess. I'm just making sure everybody in here is muted so there's not any crazy feedback. Okay. But I live in Boise, Idaho. I have 2 young daughters, an amazing husband, a crazy dog, and for 3.5, 4 years, I had friends of mine asking me to do Plexus with them. And much like you guys, maybe you guys, maybe not, I don't know, but much like many of my friends, I rolled my eyes at those people. I did not want to have anything to do with network marketing. I didn't understand the products. I knew that my friends were losing weight. That was the first thing I knew. And so I knew if they're losing weight, then it is probably some crazy weight loss fad diet. I'm just going to make sure everybody's muted because there is some crazy feedback if you're not muted. So I'm trying to go through. There we go. Oh, sorry. There we go. Sorry, guys. Focus in. Focus in. Okay. So I knew in my heart of heart, these friends of mine who I love and I trust, they're losing weight. So they're probably drinking something that's going to hurt them, something that's going to have chemicals in them. Woo, I'm so sorry. This is crazy. If you are not muted, go ahead and mute yourself. Here we go. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I'm all over the place. Please forgive me. Focus. Okay. I'm just going to mute myself. Maybe I'll do that so I'm not distracted. And somebody raise your thumb if I need to go in and find people to mute. Okay, here we go. So I was skeptical. All in all, I was skeptical. 3.5 years, I would never consider doing anything like this. But I got to the point that my belief was becoming built because I was seeing that the products were helping not only my friends lose weight, but it was helping them with their sciatic nerve issues, with their headaches. It was helping them with their energy, their sleep, going to the bathroom every day. Who even knew that that was important to do? I didn't. My husband went to the bathroom multiple times a day, and I thought he was sick. I was the sick one because I was not eliminating every single day. And so I was seeing all of my friends having these beautiful, amazing results. I also was seeing these friends of mine that I had gone to college with and that I loved and I trusted, seeing changes in their finances, seeing friends paying off their husband's student loan debt for PA school, seeing friends of mine being able to quit their full-time job and be able to stay home full-time with their children, that they are so, that was like a huge desire of their heart. I was seeing friends of mine being able to purchase their dream home in their dream neighborhood and their school district that they desire to be a part of. I was seeing all of these changes. I also was seeing that those friends were sharing about how they were taking their products to their doctors and their doctors were approving them. Their doctors were encouraging them to continue with the products because they were helping so much and that they were showing the doctors the ingredients and that they were so good and clean. So that made me have a peace that if I were to try these, I knew that I would feel better, and 2, I knew that I wouldn't grow a third eye. And so I initially became interested in the products because I was tired of feeling chubby. I was tired of feeling exhausted and crying every Sunday in my closet because my clothes were not fitting the way they once had. I did not want my insecurities to spill over into my family, and that's what was happening. So initially I was interested because I wanted to lose weight. So actually showing my skepticism, a friend of mine had sent me 3 sticks of Slim and I threw them in the trash because I did not trust them. But 3.5 years later, I got in touch with that same friend and she sent me 2 months worth of the Triplex. Now the Triplex is kind of like our cornerstone baby. It is amazing. It is 3 products, obviously with 3 products. It's got your Slim, your pink drink, which helps naturally balance your glucose levels. It is amazing in that. If you haven't Googled or researched anything about glucose, you will see that that is connected to your hormones, your cholesterol, your blood pressure, your sleep, your mood. It's amazing. The other part of the Triplex is your probiotic. I had crazy stomach issues my whole life. Gas, let's just say gas, that's embarrassing. That is something that I had a lot, all the time. Sensitivity with my stomach, with any food that I was eating, I felt sick all the time. This probiotic was amazing. And then lastly, the magnesium-based mineral vitamin. I know nothing about medicine or science. I just know that the products work and that they have really good, clean ingredients. Gut health, if you've never researched gut health, like I had never, I thought the word gut was a really uncomfortable word. Like, come on, let's have something prettier than gut. But gut health is so closely linked to so many things, y'all. My husband, he's been on the products for 3.5 years. He had chronic sinus infections his whole life. He got on the Triplex and he has not had a single sinus infection. Who would have ever even thought that sinuses are connected to your gut? You can also do some research and see that your mood, the serotonin levels in your gut, it's like 90%. Your gut produces 90% of your serotonin levels. All sorts of things are connected to your gut. And so for 2.5 months, or for 2 months, I was on the Triplex. And I started to notice that that tire tube around my belly was starting to go away. I started to notice that those 2 p.m. crashes that I had every single day, where I would go and get tubs and tubs, like spoonfuls of peanut butter and chocolate chips, and I would just lounge on the couch and watch a stupid like Scandal or something. I was not wanting to do that anymore. I was not exhausted and I was not wanting the chocolate chips every day. I was starting to use the restroom. I was not noticing the gas. My stomach sensitivities were starting to go away and I was starting to sleep as deep as my husband. I had never, ever slept deep in my life. And so I knew that if I was on these products for 2 months and I was starting to see these changes, what in the world would it look like in 6 months? What would it look like in 12 months, in 2 years, in 4 years? And that got me excited. But it also got me a little bit nervous because I knew that if I was going to continue taking the products, my friend was not going to continue giving them to me for free. I knew that I would need to put my money where the mouth was, and I would have to go and buy them myself. My husband and I both work for nonprofit ministries, and we did not have any extra money at all. And so that was something very scary for me to put forth money for myself, but I knew that the products were helping me. And I also knew that I could change things for my family. I knew that I was sitting on a gold mine because the products were helping so many people. And I knew that the compensation plan with Plexus was unlike anything else. I was making $500 a month with my ministry job. And once I started sharing about Plexus, simply sharing, like not being a crazy salesperson, but telling people, listen, I don't have gas anymore. Or I have lost a few pounds, or I'm fitting into my jeans again. People will come out of the woodwork, and they did. People started coming to me and sharing with me, like people I hadn't seen or talked to in 20 years. And they would share with me that they were struggling and battling with anxiety and depression, or they were not having a healthy sex life with their husband, or they were just feeling sick to their stomach all the time. Like people were coming to me because this was something they were praying for. And it was so awesome and so fun and so fulfilling to be able to help these people as I was growing in my health journey. So over time, over a year, I lost almost 20 pounds. And like I said, all those other things that I had mentioned, the stomach sensitivity started to go away. The deep sleep, the energy, the craving of sugar was totally under control. And like I said, with my husband, with his sinus infections, and my daughters with their skin and their sleep and their bathroom usage, so many beautiful things. And then on the business side, I invested a little bit of money to get my products. That was all. It was like just to get products for me to feel good. And within 1 month, those products were covered because I had a few friends, 3 friends come and do this with me so they could feel better, and my products were totally covered. And then within just a few days, within just a few months, let's see, about 4 months, I was averaging double of what I had been making in my ministry job. And so my husband and I prayed and prayed, and we felt like, okay, this is like a really beautiful opportunity that's continuing to grow. And I was able to quit my ministry job and start with Plexus full time and stay home with my daughters. And then within 18 months, we went Jewel, which is a name you probably know nothing about, but a Jewel average is an Emerald ambassador, which the rest of the girls who are sharing, they're all Emerald. So just so you know this, when you're thinking of them, when you hit Emerald as a Jewel, you get a stipend for a free Plexus Lexus. You also get a trip for 2 to Hawaii for an entire week. And then an average Emerald ambassador makes about $9,000 a month. I was making $500, and the average income for an Emerald ambassador is $9,000 a month. What a gift. And then that business has just continued to fly. And as you see here, like so many people have just caught the vision, and they've seen beautiful health changes, and they are able to supplement for their families in a financial, beautiful way. And so it's just something that we are so passionate about. And so if this is something that could bless your family, I would love to talk to you individually if you have any questions, but I'm going to pass this on to my next dear sweet friend, Kara. You're next, right? Hey, Kara Carrington.
Hi, can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up or something. Okay, perfect. I set my little timer, so I'm trying to stay on task. Like Emily said, my name is Kara Carrington, and I live in Northwest Arkansas, and I am a physical therapist. I went to physical therapy school up in Missouri, and then actually graduated with my doctorate in physical therapy in May of 2016. And then we got pregnant, and I had my first daughter in December of 2017. And so I was looking at that little baby, and I thought, how in the world can I leave her? Like my heart just ached to be home with her. Like that's all that I wanted. And so I was 2 weeks postpartum, and my friend Emily, the one who just spoke to us, she had posted something about Plexus, and I reached out to her and I said, you know what? I want to do this. I was 2 weeks postpartum. I did not really think about it much. I didn't even know what Plexus was. I started for the business because my husband and I, when I graduated from PT school, we had $120,000 in student loan debt from both his undergrad, my undergrad, and my grad school. And I just knew that there was no way that I was going to be able to stay home until those loans were gone. And that was, who knew when that would happen, right? And so I just kind of jumped in on maternity leave and was like, if I can just make a little extra cash, like that would be helpful. That's going to be put towards my loans. And so that was my goal. My goal was $500 a month so that I could pay $6,000 towards loans every year. That was my goal. And then that goal just really morphed. I loved being able to help people in a different way. I am a physical therapist, and so I love to help people. And then I was seeing health changes in my own life with extra energy, relief from headaches, sugar cravings. And then I was seeing health benefits in my friends, in my family members. And I was like, oh my goodness, I can help people this way too. And then it clicked. And I thought, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. My mother-in-law said, Kara, you were like, this business is for you. Like, you're just so good at it and you just love people and you just love to help people. Like, this, you do this so well. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to do this. So started Plexus in January of 2018. And then that next fall, so a year and a half later, I was able to quit my full-time job and went down to part-time work. And I was able to stay home with my daughter 2 days a week. Then we found out we were pregnant again. And so now we have 2 little girls. And we had her in May. She's a little quarantine COVID baby. We had her in the middle of that. And so actually, I was supposed to go back to work. Oh, it was a month ago today, August 10th, that week. I was supposed to go back to work, and I actually didn't have to. My husband and I, we sat down, we looked at the numbers, and we thought, you know what? Plexus is where we want to invest our time in. And so I still have my physical therapy job, my PRN job. I work 1 Saturday a month. I'm actually working this Saturday, but that is kind of now my side hustle. And I still get to help people the way that the way that I love, and I get to see health benefits. And I actually get to stay home with my daughters every single day and make the same income. So my PT income, or my Plexus income, is the same as my full-time PT job at the hospital that I was working at. So it's like an even trade-off right now, but I get to be home with my girls instead of missing that whole first year of Molly's life like I missed. I'm going to be there for Sophie's first year, and I'm just so excited and just so grateful for this opportunity, because I know that I'd be working full-time had it not been for Plexus. And as far as our loan update, we added a car loan in that. So this is a little skewed, but as far as our student loans go, we now only have $34,000 left. And total loans, we have about 48 with our car loan. And so we've been able to make extra loan payment towards Plexus because of Plexus. And also just trying to live below our means and things like that. But it's been such a huge blessing. I would love to answer any questions you have. And now I don't remember who's going next. I'm the worst. Is it Liz? Okay.
Yeah, it's me.
Liz. Okay, perfect.
Okay, I'm going to put my timer on too, so that we stay on task and respect your time. So, hi, I'm Liz. I live in Minnesota, and I'm an Emerald, which still seems crazy to share. Like, that is just blows my mind. So, prior to starting Plexus, I was a stay-at-home mom for 9 years. Like, had not earned an income in 9 years. Nothing. Like, I'm a teacher, but I've stayed home with our kids, and that's just been awesome, and I've loved it. Was not looking for a business or any of this when I started Plexus. I was looking for a good probiotic. I watched my friend Hannah share, and Hannah will share her story later tonight. She's the sweetest, so you'll love her. And I watched her share about this probiotic, and she's a nurse, and I was like, she knows her stuff. Like, if she's saying this is working for her, like, it's so great, I'm going to give it a try. Like, I've struggled with digestive issues like forever. Like, my tummy like controlled our lives, which is weird, but it's true. and so I was like, I'm just gonna try it. So I started with our triplex, like Emily talked about, and it was probably like 6 to 8 weeks until I really noticed a difference in my digestive issues. But like, you guys, I can like go out to eat now, and I can travel, and I can like do things and eat foods that I like hadn't eaten in years. Like, I'm like, this works. Like, this is a big deal. I've tried like every other probiotic out there, like a lot that are a lot more expensive than this one, and lots of different things, and nothing really worked, but this worked. And then in January of this year, I started on another probiotic we have called Vital Biome, and that one's like clinically proven to help with mood and reducing your body's response to stress and anxiety. And it's like clinically proven and Liz proven. Like, it totally works, you guys. Like, It works. Like, it is incredible. It is just like a natural, like, way to manage, Liz proven, yeah, it is, to manage my anxiety. I had struggled with anxiety. We lost our daughter to stillbirth 7 years ago, and I had like straight up like real physiological like panic attacks after that, like really scary. And if that's something that you struggle with, like, I'm sorry, and it's not fun. And so I started on anxiety meds, and they worked, and there's no shame in that game. Like, if that's something you need, like, they work. Like, it's a chemical imbalance and it works. But I had been taking them for 7 years. And so I was just like, there's got to be a more natural way to kind of manage this. And Liz proven it works. Like, amazing. And so I started to share these products with my friends because they work. Like, just like I would share anything else with people in my life. If it helps me, if it can help my daughter, if it can help whoever, like, I want to share things that work with other people. And so I did. And like, the stay-at-home mom who has not earned an income in 9 years, like $0. Okay. Like, I get a check now and I'm like, what is this? Like, what? It's crazy. I went Emerald in July, and like Emily shared, that means like free trip for two to Hawaii, a Plexus Lexus, or cash because I drive a minivan, and I'm going to keep doing that. And like, yeah, the average income is like a 6-figure income, you guys. That is nuts. Like, in what world could a stay-at-home mom, no training in anything, I'm a teacher, like no medical background, no training in, sales or marketing or any of the things, like, this opportunity is real and it's available to everyone. And so now I share that with people because, like, not only do these products work, like, this is an opportunity that, like, every mom, dad, dog, everyone, like, why are you not doing this? Because it's real and it works. The products are helping people. It's so much fun to get to, like, help other people and just be a part of people's health story and be like invited into that is such an honor. It's awesome. Like, the opportunity is real. You can do this. I 100%, 1000% promise you, if I can do this, you can do this. So those paint swatches on my wall, those have been here since like last July. Okay, and I'm in my bed. I threw some lipstick on for you all, but I promise, if I can do this, you can do this, and it's super fun. Okay, Lacey, you're next. My alarm didn't even go off.
Hello, everybody. I was going to apologize for my primed wall with the tape, but I don't feel so bad since Liz has paint swatches. So, so I'm Lacey. I am also a physical therapist like Kara. I live in North Dakota, and I actually went to college with Liz. So that was how I learned about Plexus. I had never heard of Plexus before. I was kind of in the market for a probiotic for my son, or something that I didn't even know really what I needed, but I needed something that would help him poop. My son is 6 years old. He has cerebral palsy and he's pretty severely affected. He's nonverbal. He's in a wheelchair, totally dependent on us. But he always, since birth, he was, of course, born really premature. He's a twin. He actually had a surgery when he was 3 days old and removed part of his intestine. But he's always had constipation trouble. And so we've tried a lot of different things, just like home remedy things, but we've also seen some different doctors and our pediatrician. It just seemed like everybody kind of always went back to Miralax. And so that's what we've relied on for years. Well, since he was an infant. And so we were giving him like 3 heaping teaspoons, like morning and night. And so it was kind of a lot. But it for the most part worked, but I kind of liked learning about this natural product. And if you guys Google Miralax, it's kind of scary actually what's in it. So I liked the fact that there was something more natural out there, and it was helping Liz's daughter so much. And I thought, well, there's a 60-day money back guarantee, so I don't really have anything to lose. So I actually started the products with my son. And we were just coming up on our year mark next month. So He within 2 months was off of Miralax, pooping like a champ, very regular. I within 2 weeks noticed way more energy. My sleep was better. I actually remember telling Liz, like, yeah, I sleep okay as long as my kids sleep. Like, I don't have trouble sleeping. Oh man, was I wrong. Like, I was not waking up rested. I was like trying to hit my alarm or my snooze like, 5 times. Um, my energy was so much better. Like, I could put my kids to bed at 8:30 and actually do something. Like, I could hang out with my husband. I could clean my house. I could empty my dishwasher. Not fun stuff all the time, but but it was just crazy. I thought, like, this is in my head. This can't be real, but it has continued. So it is real. My son also has always really struggled with acid reflux since he was little. And I just kind of attributed that, again, preemie thing. Nobody really had any great ideas for it other than he was on Prilosec for many years, but I didn't really feel like it helped. I noticed also about the 2-month mark, because it was Christmas time. And I remember telling my husband, oh my gosh, we have not had to change his sheets in like 4 days. Like, he used to puke overnight because he was laying down in that position. And it was like every morning that was our routine. Like, get him up, quickly strip the bed, put it in the wash, and hopefully it's done so I can change it to the dryer before everybody's out the door at 7:30. That was just our routine. And all of a sudden it hit me like, I have not had to change his bedding in like 4 days. Like, that was huge. The other big thing for us too was, like, we were starting to kind of avoid like social things. It was really difficult to go anywhere. Like, we like to go, I mean, we're pretty active in the community, like any basketball games or volleyball games, or I mean, we like Wednesday night Lenten church services were not happening for us because that was right after supper, and that was the time when he was going to vomit, and he totally did at church one time on our brand new carpet. I felt so bad. But it was just amazing. Like, I didn't realize how much it was keeping us from doing things until it was better. And then I was like, oh my gosh, like, we've kind of been missing out on all this stuff because it's so easy to just stay home. It's always easier to stay home where it's safe. But it's just been a blessing for my son. And obviously he can't tell me how he feels. So that's why I started the products too. But I'm so glad I did. I told Liz also I wanted nothing to do with the business. I said, I don't have time. I have 3 kids. I work 4 days a week. I don't really have time for that. But what I didn't realize is that all the people that probably needed this. And so when I did share about it, I mean, I was blown away by some of my closest friends that I had no idea that they even dealt with some of the things they dealt with, whether it was bathroom troubles or PCOS, people having trouble with fertility. Like, they were trying forever and couldn't have babies. And there is so much research and it's all linked to the gut. And that just blows my mind. I am a fairly research brained person. And so when I looked into this, which I probably didn't research it as much as I have other stuff because I was just ready to try something, but it's amazing. Like, it's amazing all the research that's out there and how many things are linked to the gut. It just blows me away. So I, again, as a physical therapist, I too am always trying to help people meet their goals. And it lights a fire in me to see somebody get some relief from something that they've struggled with their whole life. It just blows me away. So I started sharing and I haven't stopped because I started to see the financial blessing coming in. And more than that, I was like, oh my gosh, like, some of my cousins were having so much trouble that I never knew. And they were like messaging me like, Lacey, I'm going to the bathroom every day. I haven't done this in years, I mean, it's just crazy. Like, some of them just such a fast turnaround too. So for my family too, because of my son, I am not able to work as much as I used to. And of course, when COVID hit, I have a high risk child. Plus my caseload wasn't very high, of course, when COVID started. So I stayed home with my kids. And Plexus has totally picked up that income where I left off. I was so nervous when I finally said, okay, I can't work anymore. I can't risk it. I told my husband, I'm like, what are we going to do? And from then on, it was like, you know what? If we're going to be home, I'm going to make use of this time. And we just kept climbing. I kept sharing. I was loving the results I was hearing from my friends. And I am also Emerald, just like Liz. And I got my first Emerald paycheck today, and which is really exciting. I too will be taking the lifestyle bonus instead of the Lexus because I have a minivan, and I'll stick with that. But it's just incredible how blessed we are, and it's all in God's timing because we didn't see COVID. Nobody saw COVID coming, of course. And my son also had 3 hospitalizations this past spring, so I couldn't work even if I wanted to, even if COVID wasn't here, and there was no way I was going to be working in the clinic. But I was able to work from my phone the entire time he was in the hospital. I was at his bedside every day, working from my phone. So for us, it's been a huge blessing. And we are currently remodeling a bathroom because we need to make our house more accessible for him. So all of my extra money is being put into our savings to make our house more accessible. Our house was built probably in the 50s, and the doors are not wide enough for a wheelchair. Well, they are, but I hit the trim every time. But so my why is for my son. That is why I share. So please ask questions if you guys have it. I'm an open book. I'll share more. But I'm going to pass it on to Hannah because I'm sure I've talked way too long.
Hi. Oh, I just love hearing the stories. Thank you so much, Lacey, for sharing. That's just beautiful. I love all of this, and I hope that you are inspired tonight and encouraged and excited to see how Plexus can benefit you and your life and your situation. As you can see, it doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter your degree. It doesn't matter what your health struggles are, because Plexus addresses those underlying issues of gut health, blood sugar balance, inflammation. It doesn't matter if you're a stay-at-home mom, full-time work, like it doesn't matter. Kids, no kids, like Plexus can fill a need on so many levels. And so it just is so awesome to hear such a variety of why people are in this. My name's Hannah. I'm here from Boise, Idaho. I'm a nurse at the Children's Hospital, and I too started for the health products. I wanted high quality supplements. I understood the importance of supplementing. I had been through a couple pregnancies, nursing my second child at the time, and I knew that I was depleted and wanted to fill my body because I knew, like, mom needs to be filled so that her kids are healthy, everyone's happy, right? And I wasn't anticipating any changes. I felt good. So I thought, ate well, exercised, but when I was on the products for a little while, I quickly saw some big changes. My energy levels, I wasn't relying off caffeine all day long or naps. I wasn't addicted to sugar anymore. Like, I sought out sugar like it was nobody's business. I had always dealt with constipation as long as I could remember. And I was regular. I wasn't bloated. So I looked like I was 6 months pregnant. I didn't have pain in there and like issues anymore. And so these were all things that I was like, whoa, my body has been giving me signs that I haven't been healthy for a long time. And I just chalked it up as my normal. That's how I'd always been. That's how everyone is. And it's not true. It's not okay to feel like we're dragging through our days and dealing with pain, or like our bodies communicate through symptoms. And so it's important for us to pay attention to that. And I researched for a few months, and I wanted to make sure the ingredients were good and quality, and especially nursing my child, that there was nothing harmful. And that is when I was submerged into this world of, like you've been hearing, gut health and blood sugar balance and the influence it has over our mood, our sleep, our immunity, our hormones. Could go on and on about that. And so that's how, like, you probably wonder, how can it do so many things? Well, because so much stems from those issues. And so I also was not looking for a business of any sort. It was a background or a backdoor business that came. And again, like you heard, it was the Lord answering prayers. A little backstory before I even started Plexus, before I even heard of it, I was holding my new baby girl at the time and just said a prayer that God would help us quickly get out of debt, because the student loan burden that we bear still is so heavy, and it brings so much stress and just this cloud that like looms over us. Like, when are we ever going to get out? We'll be old and gray. Our kids will be grown. Like, when can we get on with our lives and go beyond that? And it didn't feel like ever, because first of all, the interest alone was killing us. We had more than a home mortgage worth of loans. And it was just very heavy. And I wanted to be home more with my kiddos. And so we were cutting my hours and adjusting our budget. And it literally felt like we could never get ahead. We weren't. We were still paycheck to paycheck, even making like what you'd think good money with my husband's job. And anyway, so now fast forward, sharing Plexus, open about my journey, how I'm feeling, things I'm learning. And like you heard, people were just coming like, hey, what are you doing? I'm struggling with this and I'm needing this. And so I've been able to help people and offer the gift of health through these products that are second to none. And I quickly matched my part-time nursing income. And I was like, wow, this is so cool. I'm able to be home and still like make what I would as a nurse. And then it just kept growing. And then I was reaching what I was making as what I would be as a full-time nurse. And I have this beautiful flexibility of picking up my shifts at the hospital when I want, instead of required or working every other weekend or night shift, day shift, holidays. Like, you guys, the flexibility that this income has provided from Plexus to be able to enjoy my nursing job, not be dictated by all of that, has been just an incredible gift. And like, also another spin on the story, during COVID, my husband's dental office closed for 6 weeks. I was getting called off all my nursing shifts. So we had no income outside of Plexus. And it shifted from aggressively paying off our student loans to covering our mortgage, our utilities, our groceries, our loan payment. We didn't have to defer anything. Like, it was very eye-opening on the importance of diversifying your income, the provision that the Lord has given our family through this. And it's just been an incredible gift to now be at a point even where I would have to go expand my degree. I don't know what go back to school, take more debt, be away from my family to ever reach an income that I am now. And it is mind blowing. And again, it doesn't matter your background. Like, you just have to love people well, share your journey, share stories, and it's so fun. It's such a gift. And so again, I hope that you are encouraged tonight to not be shy on looking into this, because Plexus offers so much. So now we are going to open it up for question and answer. If anyone has anything, have you put it in the chat? I know that we've gone over our time. So if you have something, hop on, you can share it. We have some awesome enrollment. So a lot of you are probably new, and we are still having our memberships for $9.95. There is still 10% off your welcome pack when you get started with us. And then there are also some fun bonuses. Plexus is so generous with what they offer us, and you can earn $100 extra on top of like all the other ways that you can get paid. So up to $300 with every 3 people you add. If you're in your first like 5 months, there's fast start bonus options, and it's incredible. Plexus is so generous. Okay, anything else, guys? All right, have a good night. Thanks for being here. Bye.